Okay, my grasshoppers, this is the last video of the Common Thread series, part number 4, the follow through. And you will see I have about 10 or 12 pros there, all of them hitting forehand follow throughs. And obviously what you have to keep in mind that there are three pretty much factors going to affect the follow through is the grip that you use, the shot selection, and the point of contact. Obviously the grip, if you have an Eastern forehand grip and a Western grip, then the shot selection if you try to hit a low dipper, a high roller, and the point of contact if you're really hitting a low ball or a high ball. So all these, that's why it's pretty much it's very difficult for me to try to isolate just, there's one way to follow through or two ways to follow through. All these three factors, grip, shot selection, and point of contact, will affect you. But found the common thread with all the pros is how they finish their stroke. And what I want you to focus on right there, we're going to start with Roger, because that's a better angle right there. And I want you to watch and focus. You watch where his front shoulder is pointing at the ball before contact, and then when he's done swinging, it's the hitting shoulder that's pointing at the ball, where now the non-hitting shoulder is pointing back. So you pretty much the body uncoiled to the shot. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to run quickly and show you same thing with Novak right there. You can see the front shoulder pretty much pointing at the ball right there, and then when he's done, that is the hitting shoulder that is pointing forward, and the other shoulder is pointing backwards. So pretty much what you want to focus on is really uncoiling, coming around, not just hitting with your arm, and especially keeping your left hand. That's another common thread, where the left hand, most of these guys are righty except for Nadal. I'll get to him in a little bit, but it's where your non-hitting shoulder, non-hitting hand ends up. Let's go with an Albanian here, and we'll put Safin next to him. Now if you see right there, same thing, you have the hitting shoulder pointing forward pretty much. The non-hitting hand pointing forward, and when he's done, you have the hitting shoulder pointing forward and the non-hitting shoulder pointing backwards. And that repeats throughout everybody, even though this is Safin, just kind of warming up right there, but same thing. You see the upper body turn and the hitting shoulder pointing forward, and what I want you to keep focusing on right there is where that left hand is. I know a lot of people teach to catch the racket. You can, it helps, but you don't have to. As long as your left hand is cleared out of the way and not staying in front of your body, your follow through will be okay. Let's go with Tsonga next, and then we'll put Andy Murray next to him. And both of them here are just warming up. And sometimes I like to videotape pros and they're warming up. That's why they're not under duress, and that's why they're coming up pretty much with the most natural, their natural swing. And when you see them get done right there in a nice smooth motion, look at this. You have the front shoulder pointing forward again, as well as the non-hitting shoulder pretty much coming back right here. So it's been a complete upper body turn. So if you really focus on just uncoiling, then the racket will take care of itself. And then right here you can see where the left hand is right here. He's kind of caught the ball caught the racket, the throw of the racket, or the left hand is back right here. I'm going to show you again the two token women that I always use. It's Sharapova and Onchikova, beautiful women as well. That's not why I picked them, because they have beautiful strokes. But right here you can see a shoulder turn to start off the swing, and if she's come, Onchikova's come completely around with the racket pretty much. The hitting shoulder pointing at the ball, and here's Maria right there doing the same thing, and same thing. The left front shoulder pointing right here, and the right hand finishing right here. The non-hitting hand, I'm sorry. And then, yes, you have, let me see, before we get to Rafa, I will show you Leighton Hewitt and Monfils right there, same idea. See shoulder, I call it the shoulder-to-shoulder follow-through. You point at the ball with your left shoulder, your non-hitting shoulder, and you end up with the racket pointing behind you with the hitting shoulder going forward. Same thing right here for Mr. Monfils. And right there, yes, Rafa, we have that big, heavy topspin follow-through that he uses right there, but even though he comes all the way around right there, you can see that he has done the uncoiling as well. He was pointing one way, and when he's done, he has this shoulder kind of pointing forward as well, not as much as the other guys, and that's from his hitting the ball with heavy top. That's just his own style, but nonetheless, there you still had the upper body uncoiling, and his not hitting hand by his not hitting side over there. So that's the common thread that you want to, regardless of the type of follow through, either a la Nadal straight up or a la Roger right there. You end up kind of coming around all the way through and kind of having your hitting shoulder pointing at the ball right there. So anyway, that completes the common thread series. What I mean by that is all the pros do certain things that you should try to incorporate into your game, from the first move to the point of contact to the slot to everything else I talked about. So hopefully you enjoyed the series, and next I will tackle the backhand. Hope you enjoyed it. And once again, you can check out my website, www.tennisoxygen.com, for more great videos and tips. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it.